Go away! Didn't you hear what I said?
Mr. Whitney said I was to come in if you were up.
Oh, I just love that when people do that. They break down the door and then they want to know if you're awake.
He wanted to make sure you were all right and to ask if you were coming down to breakfast.
No. Answer to both questions is no. I am not all right, and I am not going to come down to breakfast.
Would you like me to bring a tray up here?
Will you just get out of here?
Very well, Mrs. Whitney.
And you can tell my husband the same thing. I don't want him to ever come up here again. Do you understand me?
I'm beginning to get the idea.
That man has been trying to ruin me, Raven. He's been trying to hurt me every way that he can.
He was just stabbed.
I thought that my enemies were your enemies. And here you are, you're going and you're holding his hand?
I'm going upstairs.
Well, how is he, Raven, huh? Is he on his deathbed? To kiss him farewell?
No, he's fine. As a matter of fact, he's going to be perfectly okay. Does that make you happy?
No.
Well, it does me.
I'm sorry, Mr. Whitney, but that's what she said. She isn't coming down. She don't want you coming up. Better go see her.
Well, you just said that I shouldn't.
I know. She said she didn't want you coming up. But that doesn't mean she means it.
Thanks for the wonderful advice, Hermione. Just bring me some coffee and toast. That'll be all.
Yes, Mr. Whitney. Some people don't know good advice when they hear it.
Good morning, Hermione.
Some don't think so.
The atmosphere's a bit thick this morning, isn't it?
Might say that.
I wanted to talk to you this morning, Scholar, but I'm afraid I picked the wrong time.
What do you want to talk about, Geraldine?
No, it's all right. I'll catch you when you're in a better frame of mind.
May as well speak now, Geraldine. I don't know whether I'm going to be in a better frame of mind today.
All right? Skylar, why didn't you tell me about the watch?
What are you talking about? I told you all about the watch. I thought we cleared that business up the other night.
Not really, no.
I told you and Raven why I got another watch. Now, what's so damned important about it?
But you didn't tell us. Oh, that is to say, you didn't tell me about the watch and Gunther Wagner.
And just where did you hear this story, Geraldine, about Gunther?
At lunch with Mike and Nancy Carr yesterday.
Oh, he had the nerve to bring up the nonsense, did he?
I was discussing Gavin Wiley's case.
I thought you didn't like that kind of table talk.
Difficult to avoid. After all, I do know those young people, Schuyler, and I think I feel rather sorry for them.
Sorry? That boy killed someone, Geraldine. And the two of them tried to come in here and rob my house. You can't take charity too far, you know.
Mike told me the reason for the break-in. It wasn't a robbery at all. They simply wanted your watch.
Oh, and that's no longer against the law, is that it?
Now, Schuyler, you're being unreasonably dense. You know perfectly well that they wanted to see that watch, to see if it was the same one that Gunther had with him the day he was killed.
Is that what you believe, Geraldine, that Gunther had my watch?
Apparently, my car does.
Yeah, well, that's right. My car does, because Jody Travis told him that. Hardly a very reliable witness.
Why in the world would she say such a thing if it were not true?
It seems that the police, for a while, did think there might be something to it, and so they confronted me with it, and then they found out how wrong they were.
Yes, they did find that out, didn't they? Mike tells me that the watch Jody saw and the one you have were different.
Geraldine, you don't think that I could have had anything to do with this, do you?
I know, Skylar. Of course not.
I mean, do you think that there could be any way that I could have harmed Gunther? Dear, faithful Gunther? I relied on that man, Geraldine. There's no way that I'm ever going to replace him. If I had been in that dance studio, I wouldn't have been concerned about any watch business. I mean, I would have telephoned for an ambulance.
As you said, the police are satisfied.
Right, they are. And that's the reason that I didn't say anything to you or Raven about it.
You mean Raven doesn't know?
No, she doesn't. And I don't want you to tell her. Is that clear?
If that's the way you feel, Skylar.
I feel very strongly about it, Geraldine. I don't want her hurt any more than she is already. There's been too much talk about robbery and murder in this marriage, and I want it to end.
Yeah, come in.
Good morning.
Hey, what's all this?
Called breakfast in bed. Haven't you ever heard of it?
What, again? That's all they give me in the county jail. Breakfast in bed every morning.
Yes, but this isn't bread and water. Scrambled eggs, ham, home fried toast, orange juice, coffee, and a rose.
That's not what makes it so different. You're what makes it so different.
Good morning.
Why'd I miss kissing you?
Oh!
Why did you go lock the door?
Because I don't think my arm will reach.
I love you, Jody.
I love you too. But maybe you better eat your breakfast before it gets cold.
What about you?
I've already had breakfast. Miles has gone to the hospital, and here you are lying around in bed.
And I love it. You know what time they make me get up in that place? 6:30.
Oh, you poor baby.
And the worst part of it is there's nothing to look at. All you wake up to are gray walls. That's just the county jail. I can imagine what the state penitentiary is
Do you
like.
have to break our promise so early in the morning?
Oops. Sorry, I forgot. Good.
I'll give your compliments to the chef.
Life's funny, you know. Yesterday I was there. And this morning I'm here eating breakfast in bed in a penthouse with the most beautiful woman in the world smothering my face.
Look, if you want anything else, coffee or... Well, you just let me know.
No, I've got everything I need. Everything I want. The hard part's gonna be holding on to it.
That's going to put Eddie Lorimer away for quite a while.
Is he in the cooler yet?
No, he's on his way back to New York City. NYPD couldn't wait to get their hands on him.
Yeah, well, they're not the only ones who are happy about it. Did you get a load of these flowers?
Oh, that's nice. Girlfriend?
No way, these are from an insurance company.
You kidding?
No, it's the same company that handles the insurance policy on Eddie's partner.
That's right, that's right. They were just about to make a $500,000 payoff. You saved them a bundle getting that confession.
I wonder if I could get a commission out of this.
They know they can't offer it to you, and you know you can't accept it, so don't ask.
All right, I guess I better return the flowers, too, huh?
Well, you want the flowers, keep them.
Chief, something else did come up in this case. That's why I wanted to talk to you as soon as possible.
Yeah, you got my attention. Go ahead.
Calvin tell you about those two other guys? It was Chummy Davis and a friend of his, Vincent somebody.
Yeah, we already picked them up for interrogation, but they're small-time stuff, just penny ante gun dealers.
Did you happen to get a hold of their books?
No, they must have realized they were about to be arrested. They burned everything.
That's too bad. But I do remember seeing in one of those books a notation that showed a transaction with Gunther Wagner.
Calvin said something about that Gunther had bought a box of blank cartridges, but Calvin didn't know why.
Yeah, I don't either. But it must have been fairly recent.
Well, you know, Calvin went to see Skylar Whitney about that, but You know Whitney, he wouldn't give us the right time of day on that fancy pocket watch of his.
Yeah, I'm sure he said he knew absolutely nothing about it.
That's right.
Well, Chief, I've had a lot of time to just sit around here and think, and you can't help but wonder, what does the guy do with a box of blank cartridges? He puts them in a gun.
Yeah, but to our knowledge, Gunther didn't carry a gun.
No. But Gavin Wiley did.
Yeah, but that doesn't track, because the bullets we found in Gavin Wiley's gun were live.
I don't know. I just think it's something that we ought to be thinking about.
Sorry, but I'll have to shoo you out now, Chief Mallory. It's time for me to change Mr. Tyler's dressing.
Okay. Some guys have all the luck.
Okay.
I'll stop back in this afternoon to see
All
what...
right, Chief. You think about those blanks.
Well, how are we feeling today?
Well, we are thinking that we're probably going to be out of here in a couple of days. And if we are, how do we feel about having dinner together?
Okay.
Miles.
Oh, Copper. Just been to see Damien?
Yeah, he looks a lot better than I thought I would. You, heard what saved his life?
Yeah, I understand he was wired for sound. The knife glanced off the tape recorder.
Yeah, maybe all my officers should be wired up. They're changing his bandage. Were you going to go and see him?
No, as a matter of fact, I was on my way to see another patient. Just admitted. Somebody you know, as a matter of fact.
Who?
It's Jinx Avery.
Jinx?
Yeah.
What's the matter with her?
I don't know yet. I mean, I don't know why she was admitted now. I intend to find out.
Well, is it all right if I come with you?
Yeah, sure.
This is ridiculous, Miles. All I did was pass out in a department store. That could happen to anybody after they looked at the prices.
Well, it's certainly the time of year for that syndrome. You know, we count on at least a dozen comatose Christmas shoppers every December.
Well, that's all it was. The store was hot and crowded. All those people were pushing and pushing.
Well, I know these last days of shopping are the toughest.
I know, I just wanted to get out of there. Everyone looked so full of life, so confident of tomorrow. I couldn't stand it. I just couldn't stand hanging around in the store. Look, I don't want another doctor.
No, it's Derek.
Derek Mallory?
Yeah, he wanted to see you. Is that all right?
Yeah, sure.
Come on in.
Hi.
Hi.
I just wanted to make sure everything was all right with you.
Yeah, I'm feeling wonderful. As a matter of fact, I'll bet my pulse was normal and everything, right, Doc?
And everything. Yes, she just had a little fainting spell in an overheated store. She'll be fine.
All right, I'm glad to hear that.
I thought about you, Derek. I mean, in the store. So I was looking at their gigantic Christmas tree, and it made me think of that sweet little tree you brought me.
And that's what made you pass out?
Well, I like mine better.
Well, look, I can understand why you might pass out in a crowded department store, especially this time of year. Everybody's under a lot of extra pressure.
Well, the funny thing is, I'm not really. I mean, I don't have to get Christmas presents for anyone.
Now, listen, Jinx, I don't know whether I buy this friendless trip of yours.
Well, I did have friends. It's just that they were in the acting company that left town without me.
Well, then you can just make new friends now. You could start at our place, at our party. You're coming to that, aren't you, Derek?
Yes, I just got the invitation this morning. I know you're going, so why don't we go together?
That would be very nice.
Well, just make sure you get plenty of rest between now and then, will you?
I'll be her watchdog. I'll make sure she takes care of herself.
All right. You do that.
Eat your breakfast, Miss Whitney.
I thought I told you I didn't want any breakfast.
No, you didn't. You said you weren't coming down for breakfast, but you didn't say you wouldn't have anything up here. So, here it is.
Well, you certainly take a lot on yourself.
Nobody goes hungry while I'm in that kitchen.
I will not eat.
You will eat your breakfast, or I'm leaving this job.
That is blackmail.
Call it what you like.
eat. I will eat, but only because good cooks are hard to come by.
Well, I'll leave the mister to see you finish the rest.
We've got to talk, Raven.
We have nothing to talk about.
I apologized last night. How many times do I have to say that I'm sorry?
You are a brute, a bully, and a coward.
Let's not start calling names, dear. It can work both ways.
I didn't do anything.
You deceived me. You didn't tell me where you were going yesterday.
You never tell me where you're going.
Well, I don't go out and aid people who are out to get you.
Damien Tyler is not out to get you!
He's out to get Jeff Brown. And that is exactly the same thing. And the two of you conspiring there...
Skylar, you're getting paranoid! Don't you understand? I would have told you where I was going when I got back from the hospital. But you didn't trust me. You had to go send Spencer.
No, I swear to you, I didn't know that you were at the hospital. The idea never occurred to me. I sent Spencer to the hospital to find out what Damien Tyler's condition was because I couldn't over the telephone.
Why? You despise him. Why do you care how his condition was? You wanted him dead. Skylar, you wanted Damien Tyler to die, didn't you?
Monster Raven, yeah, all right, it's true. I wouldn't have lost any sleep if Tyler had got his just reward.
Skylar, Damien Tyler can't prove anything about Jeff Brown. So, I mean, I don't understand. What do you have to hide that you're so afraid of him?
Damien Tyler is the one person alive who is trying to keep Jeff Brown alive. Don't you understand that?
I know, but come on, he doesn't really believe that. He's just trying to avenge his daddy.
I know he's trying to avenge his father, but don't you understand? He thinks that Jeff Brown is responsible for what happened to his father. And that's why he is ours, yours and mine, worst enemy. And you persist in thinking of him as a friend.
Oh, come on, I don't think of him as a friend.
You do too. I'll tell you the reason why. You're flattered. You're flattered because he's got a mad crush on you.
Don't be silly. Come on, he doesn't care about me that much. Does he?
How am I going to make this up to you, baby?
You could hire me a plastic surgeon.
Baby, I don't know. I don't know what came over me. It was just the thought of you with that man. I lost my head.
You hit me. And it wasn't the first time either. And it hurt.
I know, baby. But it won't happen again. I promise. I promise you it won't. Hey, look. Come here. I know what'll make you feel better. Here. Here. Give me a pot sock right there. Come on. Good sock. Right like that. Come on. Go ahead. Go ahead. Come on. Just let me close my eyes.
All right, I'm gonna do it.
Go ahead. Give me a good one. Come on. Make you feel better.
You made me so mad.
No, go ahead, babe. Stop it. You make me feel better, too.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You think that?
What are you doing?
You think that? I was so mad at you!
Listen,
You hit me
well, you're not the only one to play that game.
Don't you do that no more. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. I'm so mad at you. Look, baby, it's snow. All right, I'll tell you.
I've got feathers in my
You know what you can do if you want me to forgive you?
What?
You you can take me to San Moritz on a second honeymoon right now.
Okay.
You can pack up.
Wait, where's my travel folders? What did I do with my travel folders?
The last I saw them, they were downstairs in the living room.
All right, I'm gonna go find them. Right now.
Switzerland.
This guy will do anything for attention, won't you?
Well, almost anything. How you doing, Mike?
Hello, Damien.
Listen, I brought Mike by because I want you to tell him everything you know about that box of blank cartridges, the one that Gunther Wagner bought.
Sure, anything.
I still don't get it. Why would Gunther Wagner have wanted a box of blank cartridges?
Well, we're not sure about that, but I saw the notation in the book. I know that he got them.
Was there a date for the purchase?
Well, there might have been, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the book has gone up in smoke. There's no way to verify it. There's no way to prove a definite link between those cartridges and what happened to Gunther at Gavin Wiley's dance studio.
But you both have some speculations, right?
Well, now, we're just talking about a possibility, but we think maybe there was some kind of practical joke involved.
Practical joke against Gavin.
How do you figure that?
Well, it's just speculation, but I think Gunther would have found it very amusing if he had replaced the bullets in Gavin Wiley's gun with blanks without Gavin knowing it, so he could come up and hassle and provoke him into shooting him, so he could pretend he was shot, play dead.
But the point is, he was shot and the bullet was real.
Well, look, this is just more speculation, Mike. What if something went wrong with the joke? What if he didn't remove all of the live bullets?
It would have been just another case of somebody being shot with an unloaded pistol.
Yeah, but there's just one thing wrong with that theory. All the bullets in the gun were live when you found it. And it was still Gavin Wiley who fired that gun and killed Gunther Wagner.
Doing a good job.
Thanks.
Are you sure you aren't freezing?
I am, but I love it. I just love breathing this clean, cold air. I never knew how sweet it could be.
Yeah, it's invigorating. The phone. Saved from frostbite.
No
See?
stamina.
I was waiting for a good excuse.
No stamina at all. Thin blood.
It's for you, Mr. Wiley.
Thank you. Hello?
Gavin, Mike Carr. I wonder if I could have a few minutes of your time. There's something I'd like to talk to you about right now.
It's Mike Carr.
Maybe it's good news.
I'm sure you'd rather forget about the trial and enjoy the Christmas holiday, but this could be important.
Sure, Mr. Carr, come on up. I'm not going anywhere. Right. All right, I'll see you then. Wonder what that could be about.
He's coming here?
Yeah, he's coming up shortly.
See, it has to be good news then. You want to know why?
Why?
Because Christmas is here, almost.
Almost.
Oh.
Kavanaugh residence.
Miss Kavanaugh, please.
Mrs. Kavanaugh isn't here right now. I'll be seeing her shortly. May I take a message? Yes, this is Jinx Avery, and I was just calling Mrs. Kavanaugh to tell her that I'll be coming to the Christmas party. So you may tell her that I'll attend with pleasure.
In case she was wondering.
Well, would she have any reason to doubt your acceptance?
Yeah, Dr. Kavanaugh probably told her that I was back in the hospital.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. No. He promised me that I'd be out tomorrow morning.
Oh, well, that's good news.
I'll be sure to give Mrs. Kavanaugh your message, and I hope you feel better.
Thanks.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
I'm going to be going now. I think I'll go over to the studio, all right?
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, anyone for dessert?
Oh, no, thanks. No, thank you. I'm going to save the Christmas cookies.
Hey,
Christmas cookies.
would you all care for anything else?
I don't think so, Mitzi. Just our check, please.
Certainly.
Thank you.
Mitzi's wonderful. She just bubbles her way through life.
Yeah.
That's a nice way to be. But she's more than a waitress, you know. She was the first person to sign up for Jim's acting school.
Really? Oh, by the way, how are the classes going?
Well, they're going pretty well for someone like me or someone like Val who don't take them that seriously, but frankly, I think it's a shame for someone like Mitzi Martin to have false hopes built up about a career in the theater.
Really, do you think Jim Diedrichson does that?
Kelly, now, I think that's being a little unfair. Jim is very sincere. And he wouldn't string someone along or encourage them if he didn't think they had talent.
Well, when it comes to Diedrichson, can't be sure of anything.
Well, what's more, he's an excellent teacher. He's very patient and very professional in his approach.
Kelly doesn't seem to agree with you.
No, I agree with that. He is a professional. I just think he's kidding himself when he talks about setting up a repertory theater here in Monticello.
Well, I certainly don't see anything wrong with the idea.
No, I didn't say there was anything wrong with the idea. But without any money, it's just a wild dream. Well, look, setting up a company like that takes a lot of money. You know, first to start it, and then to sustain it. And where's that money going to come from?
Well, those companies are usually supported by grants or private funding.
Uh-huh. And what do you think his chances are of either one?
It's not impossible. And I think that the people of Monticello would support a good drama company. If they knew about it, I think what he needs is publicity.
Well, Nancy, how would you feel about doing a special feature for television on him? I mean, wouldn't that be a great place to start?
Well, I think that's a waste of time, if you ask me.
Well, I didn't ask you.
Well, you never do.
Kelly, it's not a bad idea. You know, the people do like to know what's new in town, and if they were made to believe that this was their very own repertory company, they might respond positively. It sounds as though it could be a very interesting project.
Mrs. Carr, I think it'd be really wonderful if you could tell people about us on television.
Oh, so do I.
You see, I think all Jim really needs is just some help to get started. Yeah. Would you like to meet him? I mean, it could be easily arranged.
Well, I already have met him, but if
well, you could go over there and talk to him in person. I'm sure he would love the idea, Nancy.
All right.
Oh, it'll make him so happy. I think he's just about the nicest man in the whole world.
$480, $500,
Just a minute, Jim.
$520.
How come you can't trust me with my own money?
Johnny, just be quiet. I'm trying to count here, you know? Or was I? 525, 40, 560. Look, if you're going to be part of this thriving operation, you got to understand something. I'm the boss, I'm the banker. The boss and the banker.
Awfully funny that you're the banker of this outfit. Self-appointed at that.
Johnny, I'm just trying to be honest, frank with you. Remember what happened in Los Angeles?
Like what?
Every time you had a couple of bucks in your pocket, it was gone. 15 minutes. I'm doing you a favor, taking care of your money for you.
Big of you.
Anything for a friend. That's our Jimmy.
Well, now I'm flat. I've got a half a buck. Could I please have some spending money, walking around money?
Well, we wouldn't want to get caught up in a vagrancy situation, would he? Here you go, Tony.
Gee, thanks. Hey, Jim, I'm still in the group, though, right?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, man. You are too much.
Can I help if I'm persuasive?
Yeah, I gotta admit, you're still a charmer, Jimmy. But now poor old Johnny's $500 isn't gonna get us too far now, is it? Now that your girlfriend turns out to be as poor as a church mouse, maybe you ought to find a new girl.
Hector, you know you got a big mouth. I don't give a damn about her money. Now get that straight.
Do you expect me to believe it's L-U-V?
I don't care what you think, Sonny.
Oh, I see. Well, if that's true, you got a big problem.
Yeah? What's that?
What are you gonna do when Valerie Bryson finds out that you're not the guy she knew in Switzerland?
She's not. She can't. Besides, eventually it won't make any difference.
How'd you do it, Jimmy? You must have done a lot of homework over in Switzerland. Oh, come on, you can tell me. You know I will carry your secrets to the grave.
Do I have your word on that? Okay. Switzerland. I use my time very well over there. Like I say, something always turns up. I met a lady named Frau Mueller, who was the maid at the Bryson household. I showed her my pictures from Vietnam and my Marines uniform, and she was sure that I was the one that Bryson operated on. She was very talkative. She answered all my questions.
Ah, yes. It was terribly sad about poor Dr. Bryson. A kind gentleman. How could a kind gentleman be such a criminal, as they say he was?
I wonder about it myself, Frau Miller. The doctor was very kind to me when I was here.
And how nice your face turned out. I'm so glad for you, Herr Dietrichson.
It's just too bad that Herr Doctor couldn't be here, so that I could thank him for what he did. Tell me, Frau Miller, what about all the rest of the people who used to work at the clinic? What's become of them?
Well, Nurse Wilhelm, she's working in a hospital in Zurich. And Nurse Nefaling, she's living with her cousin in Lindau. And old Dieter, he's been dead these past 2 years.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
I still remember that you and Herr Bryson's daughter called the old man Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah, that's right. Good old Rumpelstiltskin.
Genius. Positive genius. Tell me something, Jimmy. Don't you ever wonder who that guy at the clinic really was?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Did you get that? Diedrichson's studio.
Jim, hi, it's Mitzi.
Oh, hi, Mitzi.
I have an idea that I think you're really gonna like. Yeah, there's somebody I want to bring over to meet you. It's Nancy Carr, the feature reporter at WMON-TV.
Oh, yeah. Great. Well, why don't you do that?
Listen, I didn't want to talk in front of Mike, but I'm recommending you for a commendation for this undercover job.
Thanks a lot, Chief. That really wasn't necessary.
No, you did quite a job. In New York, they wanted me to convey their thanks, see? They were impressed.
Well, I just wish I could get the hell out of this place and get back to action.
Come on, take your time. Look, I don't want any scrawny, pale, weak officers hanging around my desk. You relax for a while.
Well, it's just not easy around this place.
What are you talking about? I keep seeing a half dozen gorgeous nurses hanging around outside your door. Next door, you've got a beautiful neighbor.
Oh, yeah? Wait a minute. Tell me more about this.
I mean, never mind. I think I've told you too much already.
Hey, why?
Because I saw her first. I don't want you taking her away from me. You stick to the nurses.
Come in. They say Yes. I'm Nora Fulton, Mrs. Kavanaugh's assistant. I talked with you a little bit on the phone, remember a little while ago? Yes. Yes. Well, it's nice of you to come visit me. Well, I actually was visiting a friend who's a patient here, and I thought, well, let me come by and see you. I've heard so much about you.
Oh, dear. Should I defend myself? What have you heard?
Well, the Kavanaughs talk about you all the time.
Well, how flattering. I didn't realize I was the topic of their conversations.
Well, of course you are. You know how doctors' wives are.
No, I don't think I do.
And of course, a doctor's life is so busy. I mean, his life is so tied up with his patients, you know?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But the poor wives. Well, really, I mean, their husbands have these peculiar schedules, and sometimes they have to treat beautiful female patients in bed, usually.
Miss Fulton, are you implying that Mrs. Kavanaugh is jealous of me?
Oh, no, I didn't mean that. Really, listen, I was just joking.
I see.
Yeah. Well, listen, I mean, I'm sure they've been through this dozens of times, you know. I mean, really. I think Dr. Kavanaugh's just tired of his wife's complaining right now. He doesn't even listen to her.
Complaints?
You know, I really feel bad for Dr. Kavanaugh sometimes. It really touches me. It's so, you know, sad. But listen, I shouldn't be talking to you about this. Come on, I don't want to burden you with this. You shouldn't have to worry about it, should you?
I suppose not.
Listen, I've got to go. It's been lovely meeting you, really. I hope that you feel better.
Well, thanks, Miss Fulton.
And I'll see you at the Christmas party because I'll be there, too.
Great.
Yeah. Bye-bye. Bye.
Thanks, Jody. Sorry to break in your time like this, Gavin, but something new came to my attention, and I want to pursue it right away.
Sure, Mr. Carr, sit down.
Thanks.
Listen, can I get you anything? Coffee, a drink?
Nope, nothing at all, Jody. Now, I don't know where this might lead, or even what it means yet, but one of Chief Mallory's men came across something that's rather interesting.
What is it?
We don't know exactly when, but we found out that Gunther Wagner bought a box of blank cartridges shortly before his death.
Blanks? I don't get it.
I'm not sure of the significance either.
Did he ever own a gun?
Not that we know of.
So what could it mean?
Maybe nothing at all. But the idea occurred to us that perhaps Gunther wanted to play a prank on someone. Possibly you, Gavin.
But why?
Did Gunther know that you had a gun in the studio?
Yeah, I made sure they did because I felt it would keep him from doing any funny stuff. But obviously the threat of a gun didn't matter.
Oh, but maybe it just incited him to try something funny. Do you think that's possible?
Well, this may be pure conjecture, but let's say that Gunther somehow gained access to your gun, exchanged the real bullets for blanks. That way he could provoke you without any real danger to himself.
It's an idea.
Oh, now, wait a second. I mean, we know the bullet that killed Gunther was real, obviously.
Let me ask you something else, Gavin. When the gun went off that night, did you actually see any blood? Do you remember?
Yes, I did. There was a blood stain on the front of the shirt. I can't forget that.
I see.
Look, I don't understand. Mr. Carr, what could all of this mean?
Jody, that's what I'd really like to know.
Just a minute.
Hi.
Hi, come on in, ladies.
Mrs. Carr, this is Jim Dietrichson. Hello.
How do you do?
We've already met.
Yes, it was over at Mallory's studio. Nice to meet you again.
Nice to see you, too. Didn't I tell you he was wonderful?
Yes, you did.
Well, Mitzi's sort of my one-woman public relations agency.
And what's wrong with that?
Nothing at all. I really need the support right now. As you can imagine, it's tough getting an operation like this off the ground.
Oh, yes, I'm sure it is.
What I'm really trying to do here is create an innovative repertory theater company for Monticello so that the local talent has a place to flourish and Well, the theater-going public has a place to go to see good plays. And they don't have to depend on the road companies that pass through. Plus, very important to me, I get to do something I love, make a living at it.
Well, it's a very worthy ambition, but I'm sure you realize it isn't going to be easy.
Yeah, I do realize. One of the things I'd like to do now is just to make people aware that we exist. And if you decide to help us out with the television special, I promise I won't make any blatant pleas for money.
Oh, well, I don't know. But I can't promise you anything. I will give it a great deal of thought.
Please, I understand. That's okay.
Jimmy, you aren't going to... I'm sorry, excuse me.
Mrs. Carr, this is my associate, Hector Wilson.
Hi, how
Well,
do you do?
Mr. Wilson, nice to meet you.
Hi, Mitzi.
Hi, Hector.
Look, I'm sorry to break in like this, but Johnny has gotten into some trouble at a local bar. Nothing too serious, mind you, but we're going to have to bail him out. I mean, help him out.
Yeah, well, we've got business to take care of. So if you'll excuse us. Mitzi, would you take care of the lights and lock up?
Yeah, no problem.
Mrs. Carr, it was really nice to have met you, and I'm sure we'll meet again sometime. Thank you for coming.
Look forward to it.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Nice to meet you. Bye.
Goodbye. Well, I suppose we should go too. Hmm?
Yes, we should. I just remembered. I asked Jim if I could use his tape recorder to rehearse with. He said it'd be okay.
Seems as though a harmony is hard to find. Always on my mind. And frustrated days pass without sight. The edge of night, half dark, half light. Do you think we might wake up someday and be aware of all the games people play? Living circle.
Boy, that eye is a beaut. You know, I'd kind of like a shirt that color.
Yeah, well, it's going to get a lot more colorful tomorrow morning. I can't believe you. One day in this town, one day, and you end up in a brawl. Oh, take it easy. I had to black the other eye just to make it symmetrical.
Now, how many times do we have to tell you, kid? Don't let him hit you in your face. It's all you got, Johnny.
Yeah, just another pretty face.
Yeah, well, it wasn't my fault. It was yours.
How do you figure?
You took all my money, that's how come. All you gave me was a lousy 20.
So?
Well, I met this girl.
Oh, here we go.
Real nice stuff, too. And I bought her a couple of drinks.
So far, it's boring.
Well, the check came back and it was more than 20 bucks, so naturally I asked her for some money.
And?
She walked out on me.
Well, now that wasn't very nice.
I tried to explain to the manager, and he got real rough with me, and one thing led to another, and, you know.
Yeah, we know.
Listen, Jim, I'm really broke now, and I'm very hungry. Could I please have $1 to go out and get a hamburger across the street?
Are you hungry?
I'm starving.
Well, sure, we'll all go. In fact, I'll pay.
Ah, yeah, with my money.
Hey, where's the tape recorder?
Well, you told Mitzi she could borrow it, remember?
Hector, you don't understand. You remember that tape about Frau Miller in Switzerland?
Yeah.
It was in the machine.
Great, Valerie. Okay, I'll see you here soon then. Right, bye-bye. Dee Dee.
It's the
right if Al and Kelly come over for dinner before we go to class? They'll bring a pizza.
Fine. And I will even make a salad.
Great. Is there anything I can do to help?
Yes. Stay out of the kitchen.
Hello. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt
No,
you.
don't
I did-
apologize. Look, I welcome the interruption. Puts off facing this delightful hospital.
Yeah, I can see.
Ooh.
Well, I heard you were here, and I thought I would stop by on my way home.
Oh, they're beautiful. So thoughtful of you. Thank you, Nancy.
How are you feeling?
I'm fine, really. As a matter of fact, I think that I might be able to go home tonight.
Well, whatever happened to put you in here?
Funny thing about that, I was Christmas shopping in a department store, and it got real hot and crowded, and I simply fainted. I mean, that's all there was to it.
Well, I guess, yeah. Shopping can be a chore this time of year for all of us.
Yeah, this time of year. I've heard that a lot more people commit suicide during the holiday season than any other time.
Well, I don't know about that. I know maybe it's because it is a time of closeness and warmth and family ties, and the people who don't have those things are apt to be a little more lonely, maybe, a little more depressed than usual.
You have all those good things, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Well, it's wonderful. Well, according to you, I'd be a pretty good bet for a suicide statistic, wouldn't I?
Please don't say that.
Why not? I don't have even one of those good things you talk about in life. And there's no way I can change it either.
Well, I don't believe that you can't change things.
Look, I'm sorry. I was just making conversation.
Jinx, I have to leave pretty soon, but I did want to talk to you about something. I had an idea, and I wanted to discuss it with you.
Sure. What is it?
Well, I was wondering if perhaps you might like to help me work on a television feature story. It's along your line of work, and I could use your help.
You want me to help you put together?
Yeah.
You're kidding.
No, not at all. No, it concerns the possibility of a new theatrical group here in Monticello. I've made some notes. Of course, they'll have to be expanded on. But I thought if you would look them over, right, and tell me what you think. After all, it is your profession.
I honestly don't know how I can contribute.
Well, quite frankly, you're the only...
Hello, lovely ladies. How are you, Nancy?
Hi.
Nice surprise to see you
Well,
here.
I'm just leaving, as a matter
No,
of fact.
don't let me scare you, eh?
No, you're not. You're not, dear. I really do have to leave. Jinx, if you would read those over and let me know what you think. Bye-bye, Miles.
So hard, Nancy. Oh, nice. How are you feeling?
I feel great. I'm ready to go home right now, if you'll let me.
Well, I really rather you'd wait until morning.
Look, I don't have that many nights left to spend wasting away in a hospital. Please, Miles. I'm sure you can figure out a way to get me out of this place.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
By the way, I had another visitor besides Mrs. Carr.
Oh, really? Who?
Your wife's secretary, Nora Fulton. She was visiting another friend in the hospital and came by and said hello.
Well, that's really nice of her. She's become Nicole's right arm, you know.
I gathered. Well, anyway, I'm looking forward to the Christmas party to get to know her better.
Is there going to be anybody there that I know?
Among others, Derek Mallory.
Ooh. You wouldn't by any chance be doing a little matchmaking, Doctor?
I'll see what I can do to arrange your departure.
Oh, Nicole, this just came over the wire service. You might find it interesting for the 6 o'clock.
Oh, good.
And what about that shooting down on Fitzroy Street? Is there anything new on that?
Oh, no, and I'm glad. I've decided to try and not emphasize the bad news stories in deference to the season.
A nice thought. Coffee?
Oh, no, thank you. Geraldine, what have you made for Christmas plans, any, or have you been too busy to make any?
No, I haven't made any plans at all, really. Skylar and Raven have made theirs, however.
What does that mean, you'll be alone?
Well, they're planning a holiday abroad this season, so I won't be seeing very much of them. They'll be leaving for Switzerland in just a few days.
So soon?
Well, that's as soon as they can get all those arrangements together.
Well, if they're going to be tied up, won't you please come to our Christmas party? We'd love it.
Oh, Nicole, I'd love that. I'd love to share your Christmas with you. I'm delighted.
Oh, great. There'll be a lot of people there, you know. Derek Mallory and Mike and Nancy, and Gavin Wiley will be there, too.
Yes. I heard he was going to be your guest during his Christmas leave. I hope everything works out for that boy, Nicole.
Oh, so do I. For his sake and for Jody's. Well, it's getting close to airtime. I'd better go. I'll check in with you later, okay?
Fine, Nicole.
Jody told us that she had seen Skylar's watch before, but not on him. On the person of Gunther Wagner, on the day of that assault. She claims that he showed her the watch and actually played its melody for her.
Couldn't he have stolen the watch from Skylar?
Whether he did or not, no such watch was found on the body when the police arrived.
And it's after that that Skylar had it again.
But I don't see the significance.
We had to find out how Skylar got the watch back. Now, the logical conclusion would be that he had to be in that studio before the police arrived, and that he took the watch from Gunther's dead or dying body.
Good Lord, Mike.
Well, that's very good.
Oh, good.
Is that French or Italian?
Indianapolis.
Well, it's really good. Yeah, you're a good cook.
Yes, thank you very much, especially when the guests bring the pizza.
Delivery boy.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
We brought 2 pizzas because we picked up a hungry friend along the way.
Yeah, I hope you don't mind.
No, we're delighted, aren't we, Dee Dee?
Oh, yes, indeed.
Oh, he was sitting there in the pizza parlor looking like a little lost puppy.
Yes, our hearts went out to him and we insisted that he come.
Oh, they twisted my arm.
Let me take your coat.
Honest.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh, this place looks great.
Dee Dee is preparing one of her super salads.
Oh, that sounds great.
Since you have done so much work, I will warm up the pizzas and we will have a Merry Christmas.
Okay. I gotta see this.
The paper plates are up there on the shelf.
Oh, okay.
How gauche.
Oh, please.
Well, I'll go dish out the salad.
I found him.
Look, I don't want to make any...
think...
Excuse me.
No, pardon me. Calvin, you put Kelly and Val up to this, didn't you?
No, look, honest, you gotta believe me. I just happened to run into them in the pizza joint.
Okay.
Look, Judy, I even asked. I mean, I thought it, you know, might not be okay. I didn't want it to seem like I was pushing my way in.
Did you? Honestly?
No.
I kind of thought so.
Look, you not mad, are you? I mean, you gotta know by now that I do just about anything to see you.
Obviously.
I mean, anyway, last time I was here for the Christmas party, Julius took up so much of your time, I hardly got to say 2 words to you.
Calvin, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Oh, I don't know. I think I'd settle for being exactly what I am now, which is very much in love with you. Now, Dee Dee, I am so crazy about you that I am walking into walls.
That could be fatal.
Well, I don't care.
Calvin, I think I should tell you what happened after you left the Christmas party the other night.
Okay. What happened?
Julius asked me to marry him.
Tight case against Wiley, and I don't care how you cut it. This new development seems like interference to me.
Calm down, Tony. You're getting all steamed up over nothing.
You've given me this responsibility, and I'm not going to let anything or anyone interfere with it, even if...
Hello?
Oh, hi, darling. Nancy, I'd like you to meet Tony Hammersmith. Tony, my wife.
How do you do, Mrs. Carr?
Hello. How do you do? You are going to prosecute the Gavin Wiley case, aren't you?
Yes, I am. That is, if I can remove a few obstacles here and there.
Oh, nothing insurmountable, I hope.
Oh, I'm sure they won't be.
Okay. Honey, I'm sorry to be late, but I stopped by the hospital to see a friend on the way home.
There's no hurry, Nancy.
Good. I'm glad about that. Well, if you two gentlemen will excuse me, I'm going to go in and start dinner, and you can just, you know, go on with your chat.
It's a pleasure meeting you, Mrs. Carr.
Very nice to meet you.
I'm sorry, Mike. I've stayed too long. I'm afraid I'm infringing on your dinner hour.
That's quite all right, Tony.
It's just that it's so difficult to get a few minutes in down at the office.
I know. Both our workloads are very heavy right now, but I promise you, I'll make time tomorrow to continue this talk at the office.
That would be great.
I hope by then you'll realize that I'm not trying to interfere with your work on this case. I'm merely trying to convey information which may or may not have some bearing on it.
I'm sorry, but this story about Gunther Wagner buying a box of blank cartridges seems completely irrelevant to me.
All I'm saying is we don't know as yet whether it has relevancy or not.
Look, no one can deny that it was a live bullet that killed Wagner. Even Wiley never denied that fact. Anything else will just cloud the issues, which may be a prerogative of the defense, but not the prosecution's.
Tony, we'll talk about it tomorrow.
One more thing, Mike. I'm under the impression that my job is to get convictions, and that's exactly what I intend to do in this case. So long.
Good night. A very determined fellow.
So that's Tony Hammersmith.
That's Tony Hammersmith.
He is very like his name. Unfortunately for Gavin.
Now, Johnny, do you think you can manage just sitting in this chair for a few seconds while I focus this light on you, all right? How's your aching head?
Aching.
You know, Johnny, that was a really dumb thing you did, you know?
I told you it wasn't my fault. What a madman. All I was doing was explaining about the money.
Yeah, and you were real nice and polite, I suppose.
Where's Jim, and how come it's taking him so long to get back?
Sit down. How come you're asking me?
Oh, I don't know. He just ran off with all my money, that's all. No big thing.
Now, like he says, kid, he's just trying to save you from yourself. Well. Hello.
Hello. Are you Jim Diedrichson?
Well, actually, no, I'm not. He's not here right now, but he'll be back any minute. Please come in.
Could we possibly be of some help?
Well, if it's okay, I'd like to just stay here and wait for him.
Oh, sure.
I'll sit here. Well, I don't know what you guys want, but I just came by to see if it was too late to join the acting company.
That's very funny. Well, Calvin missed a great pizza party and a fabulous salad.
It was great pizza.
You know, you can't get pizza in Europe. I used to die with the most unbearable cravings.
Hey, where did Calvin go, anyway?
Police business, I think. Apparently it was something very important.
You know something? I can't eat another bite.
I can't imagine why.
Cleanup time. I'll wash if you'll dry.
Can we use the dishwasher?
With paper plates? No, no, no.
Huh?
You actor types sit and relax and do whatever it is that actor types do until it's time for class. And I'll take care of this.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
What do actor types do?
So, what do you think we'll be doing in class tonight? What kind of exercise?
I have no idea, but I'm sure Mr. Dietrichson had something always up his sleeve.
You know what my favorite thing to do is? Faint. I love to faint.
It's because you're so good at it, Mitzi, we don't need to see it again.
Of course, I like to cry, too.
Mitzi, if you could learn to faint and cry at the same time, you'd be a star.
That reminds me. There's something I want to play for you guys. This is Jim's tape recorder. He said I could use it. Volume here. Hold on. Be right back.
Santa Claus.
Maybe Santa. Hi.
Hi, Mitzi.
Come on in.
Hi, Valerie. Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, Jim.
Listen, I'm really sorry to have barged in on dinner.
No, it's okay. We just finished.
Did you borrow the tape recorder this afternoon?
Well, yeah. Remember you said I could.
Well, I'm more concerned about the tape that was in the tape recorder.
Oh, Jim, I'm really sorry. I thought it was a blank tape. I'm afraid I taped right over it, and I rehearsed my scene so many times, I think I used up the whole tape.
Oh. It's okay.
So, it's come to this, Philip. The moment of truth. All right, you asked for it. I'm tired of being pushed aside like an old shoe. As far as I'm concerned, you don't exist anymore. We're finished. Do you understand? Finished. And you can put that in your copybook and blot it.
Oh, Mitzi, that was wonderful. So dramatic.
It was great, even with the sound effects.
Thanks.
Located in Harrison Circle. Meanwhile, police have put out an all-points bulletin for the suspects. In other news, Gavin Wiley, the defendant in the Gunther Wagner homicide case, has been released under custody for the Christmas holiday season. The trial is set for early January. We'll be back in a moment with more news, the sports, and the weather.
Something tells me you did not have a good afternoon.
No, I did not.
Meaning you couldn't find anything for Skylar's Christmas present.
I went to all the trouble to find that nice little watchmaker that Sky told me about.
Did he have anything you wanted?
Well, he had some beautiful things, although he didn't have any with music boxes.
What's wrong with that?
Well, what's wrong with that is that Skylar has already replaced the watch that he lost.
Yes?
Yes, I can't believe it. He bought it himself from the same little old jeweler. I mean, that's a dirty trick.
Hello? Oh, yes, Geraldine. How are you?
I'm all right, Mike. I have to talk to you.
You make it sound urgent.
It concerns what you told me about Skylar's pocket watch. Mike, there are 2 watches. I have no idea what that means, but there are 2.